Happy Sentinel surprise, everybody. I haven't done one of these in forever. I really wish that I had because I could have fit so many more videos into this year, but whatever. Spoilers for Tuesday's video. The villain is going to be the Ordeals because it has 3 different variants, and I realized that would leave it with one version not used. So we're going to fight the Ordeals again today and use it as an opportunity to show off yet one more hero this year. This is Ayala, or AY 414, an OC created by Zarami. She's got a cool box. This hero is based around an OC made by me for a Lancer RPG campaign. Oh, okay, cool. As time passed, technology became more advanced. Weapons that were seen as science fiction became a norm, with one of the pioneers in the use of this weaponry being Ayala, known by many as a shield to her allies, while the real Ayala was more aggressive than many people imagined. The image of her was that she was remembered as. Now, with this weaponry becoming common in war, a new project has been started to bring this legend to life. Project Phoenix. The first test was none other than Ayala. While many failures have been done, the unit designated as AY414 became the first one that can start being tested in piloting abilities. But will this new life be able to uphold a legacy that isn't really true? She's a setup-heavy hero, having a mech she's using during the fight. She needs to set up equipment she has with energy to use them at their best. She is, as it turns out, a fun take on Definitive Edition Bunker. But yeah, we've got ourselves a Space Girl mech pilot, and she's going to help us get through another round of the Ordeals, alongside Vanish 1929, Target Daedalus, and Mainstay Cosmic Redemption. We haven't seen Mainstay in forever. And we're bringing back the HMCS Moondancer for one more go. So, start of the game, we choose a Midnight Villain, and put all its cards under this card, remove the other Midnight Villains and their cards from the game. Start of the villain turn, if there are 12 or more tokens on this card, it flips. Whenever a card will be played from the villain deck, instead reveal the top X+1 cards of it, where X is half the tokens on this card rounded up. Put all drawn targets revealed this way into play, then put the first non-drawn card revealed this way into play. Shuffle the other revealed cards into the villain deck. Whenever an Ordeal target leaves play, put a token on this card. Okay, so we just have to kill Ordeals. Alright, so we are revealing the top card, and it's going into play no matter what. Dawnbreaker. And the villain turn, reveal the top card of the villain deck. If it's a target, put it into play, otherwise shuffle it into the villain deck, play the top card of the environment deck. Ooh, that's rough. Well, it is Struggle of the Peak. Oh yeah, this brings us a chain of Ordeals. When this card is destroyed, search the villain deck and trash for Harmony of Skin and put it into play. The villain turn, each player may discard a card. For each player that did not discard a card this way, play the top card of the environment deck. Oh jeez. Yeah, let's all discard a card. I mean, Daedalus certainly wants to. Ayala won't. Let's play one card because it could be good. Shoot Craps. Yeah, that's not awful. Alright, Vanish will start with the Translocation Accelerator, and then use her power to draw a card, increase her damage by 1 so she can hit Struggle of the Peak for 2, and draw a card. Simple enough. Daedalus will fly free, play the Archimedes fail-safe, and he misses healing because he's at full. Let's put the air brakes on and draw a card. Oh good, he could actually have some cards and do something useful. Mainstay's going to start off with Sweet Rhonda, so that I can use his base card, power to play the top card of his deck, draw a card, kicking the tires. Yeah, screw it, let's destroy Sweet Rhonda, draw 3 cards, and he can play a card. How about Void Belter? Draw a card. That was fun. Alright, Ayala has very little to do. She's going to play Hellfire. One-shot ammo. When this card is discarded from under an equipment card, the next time she deals damage, change that damage to fire and increase it by 1. Otherwise, she deals a target 3 fire damage. So that's 3 damage there. Her base power is setting up. Put a card from your hand under an equipment card you control, draw a card. You can get any equipment cards in her starting hand, so she'll just draw 2 cards. And there's 1, so we're good for later. Alright, the Moondancer plays Frankie Bon Jovi. So, somebody is rolling 2 6-sided dice, with a chance of discarding your hand or a card. Actually, Mainstay's going to do this because Daedalus would have nothing to do on his turn. So let's roll them dice. It's a 3 and a 6, so he draws a card. First time each turn, each target deals sonic damage. The target regains a hit point, end of the environment turn. Deals the hero with the highest HP 2 sonic damage, that's Mainstay. Change all damage dealt by a target dealt damage this way to sonic until the start of the environment turn. And it's just the first time each turn, not every time. Okay, we reveal the top card of the deck and put it into play. Cheers for the start. Alright, Dawnbreaker. Reveal the top card of the villain deck. Its target. It is a sweeper. Struggle of the Peak. Gosh. Well, Daedalus doesn't want to discard a card for once, so we'll be playing a card. Lara Lilin. Psychic damage dealt to hero targets is irreducible. Okay. Reveal the top card of the environment deck. If it's a target, put it into play, otherwise discard it. Discarded. Sweeper, reduce damage dealt to this card to 1, end of the villain turn. This card deals the X non-ordeal target's lowest HP 2 melee damage, where X is this card's current HP. If a card is destroyed this way, restore it to full HP, otherwise it deals itself 1 energy damage. Okay, for lowest, are the 2 environment targets, Vanish and Daedalus. This hits itself for 1. Okay, Vanish will play a Focusing Gauntlet, and then draw a card, and deal a target 2 energy damage, and draw a card. Daedalus will Sensorium Sweep. Reveal the top 4 cards of, the villain deck. He uses his power to heal 2, and draw a card. Okay, there we go, he can start doing stuff now. Mainstay is going to play Shard Strength, and hit Struggle for the Peak for 4 sonic damage, and heal 1, and draw a card. Alright, Ayala can finally get set up. Regini Rosa. Equipment Relic Limited. At the end of your turn, you may put the top card of your deck under this card. The power is discard a card from under this card. If a card is discarded this way, she deals a target 4 melee damage. So I can only use her base power still. We will put an ammo card from my hand under it, and draw 2 cards and put another card under it. The HMCS Moondancer plays Jericho. Oh boy. He's indestructible with 7 or more HP. Okay, who wants to shoot craps? I think Daedalus will do it this time. 5. Discard a card. Hey, he'll take it. Frankie, it's the highest for 2. That is Mainstay again, who takes 1. Lara deals the hero with the lowest HP 1 psychic damage and regains a hit point. That is Vanish. Keelhaul is not in the environment trash. A gambling card did not enter play, so he plays the top card of the environment deck, and it's a roulette. When a player selects a keyword written on a card from their deck, reveal the top card of their deck. If the revealed card shares that keyword, put it in their hand, otherwise discard it and deal themselves 2 psychic damage. Ayala will go equipment. Yes. Alright, we still have no tokens. We haven't gotten rid of any of these guys, so we get that other sweeper. End of turn, reveal the top card. Hey, it's complete food. Everybody discard a card. Now come on, he's running out of stuff to play. Everybody discarded, so no environment card plays. Cheers for the start. That's not a target. Sweeper hits the 3 lowest, which is all the environment targets, hooray. And it hits itself, and then the other sweeper takes out Frankie, which means that Mainstay is no longer going to be healing, and so it is restored to its full HP, does not hit itself. Complete food can regain HP above its max. There's a non-ordeal target with the highest HP, 2 melee damage. That is Mainstay, who takes 1, so it heals 1. Okay, we need to abduct and abandon something. How about the complete food? Power draw a card. She will do 2 damage to Struggle of the Peak, and we get our first token. Oh no, I'm sorry, we get our second token because it's when it leaves play, not when it's destroyed. So abduct and abandon was a free token. Draw a card. Okay, Hoplite Armor. That's still in effect. Let's discard a card, play Matter Collapser, and draw a card. I like having a card, that's fine. Mainstay will play Durasteel Studded Vest, and then he'll whack Cheers for the start. The environment deals each target 1 fire damage, and we get a token. He soaks it. Daedalus soaks it, unfortunately, because he could have done something about that. Draw a card. Alright, it's time to see what this fully operational battle station can do. Ayala will play Ayala's Memories. At the end of your turn, choose 1. Use a power, put a card from your hand under an equipment card you control, or draw a card. So I'm going to use her base power. We will throw a card under that, and draw a card, and draw a card. And then at the end of her turn, we're going to use a power on Regini Rosa. I'm going to discard the shock, which I just put under there, which is an ammo. This card is discarded from under an equipment card. You may destroy an ongoing or environment card. Let's destroy Dawnbreaker. That is kind of important. And then she deals a target 4 melee damage, which is going to be 1 to this sweeper, unfortunately. And that's it. Moondancer plays Blackjack. Ah, the Keelhaul is in the trash. I thought so. Okay, who wants to roll? Probably Daedalus. That's a 3. Discard a card. Sucks to be him, I guess. Lara hits the lowest for 1. That is still Vanish, and the Keelhaul goes into play. Play this card next to the hero with the most cards in hand. Oh yeah, and she heals 1. That is Mainstay. You cannot draw cards, but can play an additional card during the play phase. And then they get to gamble at the start of the environment turn. Gambling card did not enter play this turn. Oh yes, it did. So he deals each hero target 2 irreducible psychic damage. Who wants to do roulette? Daedalus. Let's pick equipment. It's an equipment. He's got a card again. It's not what I want to play, but he's got it. And Blackjack. 1 player reveals top 2 cards of the environment deck. If the sum of the HP of those cards is 21 or less, they may play a card. Treat non-target cards as having 11 HP. Otherwise, they deal themselves 2 psychic damage. Shuffle the revealed cards back in the environment deck. Ayala will do that. 11? That's 22. Shoot. 2 damage to herself, and shuffle those back in. Alright, the Ordeals reveals the top 2 cards. So the Dawn targets go into play, and then the first non-Dawn card. So there weren't any non-Dawn card revealed, so we just get the complete food. Alright, Sweeper 1 takes out Lara, which means it heals back to full. God damn it. At least psychic damage dealt to us is no longer irreducible. Sweeper 2 hits the 4 lowest, which is everybody but Daedalus. Jericho is no longer indestructible. Mainstay soaks that. Also, he's no longer dealing sonic damage. It hits itself for 1, and the complete food hits the highest for 2. That'll be Daedalus, who takes 1. It heals 1. Okay, we've got stuff going on. Vanish will play Blindside Jump. Let's go ahead and use that. She'll hit one of the sweepers for 1, and then that increases damage dealt to it, which doesn't matter. Then she can hit the complete food for 2, draw a card. Alright, Daedalus has nothing going on. I'm not playing that card. We're going to use Matter Collapser, draw a card, and he can hit a sweeper for 1, 1, and 1. Draw no cards. No, actually, take that back. Draw another card. There we go. That's better. Okay, Mainstay can play 2 cards. Bad to the Bone, 3 melee damage to the complete food. That's a token. And then, Preemptive Payback. Power, Void Belter. He'll take out a sweeper for another token, and draw no cards. Okay, Ayala will play Turret Drones. Whenever she's dealt damage, you can discard a card from under this card. If you do, she deals the source of that damage, 2 projectile damage. End of your turn, put the top card of your deck under this card. So Power, let's use her base Power. I'll throw a card under that and draw 2 cards. And then end of her turn, let's use a Power here. Regini Rosa, we will discard a Shock. Let's get rid of Jericho Moondancer, he sucks. And then we put a card under the Turret Drones. Alright, start of the environment turn, he gets to gamble. I think he's going to do roulette. Let's go limited. Limited! So that goes in his hand, and then we destroy this card. And we play Inside Scoop. It's Clara Cloverfield. Alright, shoot craps, Daedalus. He just can't get enough of it. That's an 11. He draws a card. Damn. That's what he doesn't want, is the card draw. Roulette. Mainstay did pretty well with that. Oh, and the psychic damage is no longer irreducible, so yeah. Limited. That's a one-shot. It's himself for 2, 3, reduced to 2, or reduced to 1 psychic damage. Preemptive Payback to hit the sweeper for 1. Blackjack. Who wants to play a card? Daedalus will do this. 11, 22 again. He hits himself for 1. And a non-hero card was revealed, so the villain card with the highest HP deals her 1 sonic damage, which is the sweeper, and then somebody can use a power. Vanish will Blindside Jump and take out the sweeper for a token. Alright, we're revealing the top 4 cards of the villain deck. That's a Noon, that's also a Noon, that's a Dawn, and that's a one-shot. So we get Cheers for the Start and a sweeper. Reveal the top card of the environment deck. It is not a target, discard it. And then the 4 lowest, which is everybody but Mainstay, sadly. Ayala will discard a card from under Turret Drones, the Sabo. This card is discarded from under an equipment card. The next time she deals damage, change it to a projectile and make it irreducible. I'm going to put this here so I don't forget. And she'll hit it... Oh yeah, she hits it for 2 irreducible projectile damage. Don't have to worry about that. Daedalus takes 1. This hits itself for 1. Okay, Vanish has this wrapped up, unfortunately. Flickering Strike so she can draw 2 cards. And then Blindside Jump to take out the sweeper for a token. And she hits Cheers for the End for 2. For another token, everybody take 1 fire damage. Mainstay and Daedalus soak it. Draw a card. Speaking of Daedalus, now I don't want to do anything. I'm going to skip his play phase. I'm going to use his base power so he heals 2 and draw no cards. Because the only target we have to fight is a hero target, and we don't want her to die. Mainstay will skip and draw 2, but Ayala will set up. She will play Thumper, which is an ammo. If it's discarded from under an equipment card, draw a card. When you play it as a one-shot, draw 3 cards. Power, I put another Sabo under the Turret Drones, draw 2 cards. And then end of turn, I can throw another card under an equipment. Oh, let's see, first a card under the Regini Rosa. Let's put another card under the Turret Drones, and 1 more off the top of the deck. You know what? I forgot to do Inside Scoop on the villain turn. So she took 1 more sonic damage, and Daedalus healed 2 more HP. The Moondancer plays The House Always Wins, bringing out Jericho Moondancer. He deals each hero X psychic damage for X number of gambling cards in play, then destroy all the gambling cards and this card. Everybody take 3 psychic damage. That's each hero, not each hero target. 3 to Ayala, she'll discard a mag. This card is discarded from under an equipment card. Put a card from your hand under an equipment card you control up to 3 times. Otherwise, put a one-shot from your trash into your hand. So I'm going to throw those all under the Turret Drones, because Turret Drones are good. And she hits him back for 2. Mainstay takes 1. Daedalus takes 2. And Vanish takes all 3. And then destroy all of our fun gambling cards. What a dick. Oh yeah, he hit Clara for that damage too. She needs to heal somehow. I think we're going to lose her. No gambling cards entered play, so we play the top card of the environment deck. Let's International Waters Hold'em. We're putting the card with the most words in its name into play off the villain, environment, or that hero. Now, the Ordeals have very wordy cards. I don't know that anybody here has... Well, let's see, Mainstay's got one right there. Of course, I think all those drop the hammers are in his hand. We're going to do Daedalus. So he gets Eureka Moments. Cheers for the start. That's probably going to win. The house always wins. Oh, those are tied. Yeah, we're going to put the house always wins into play. Discard the others. So Jericho Moondancer comes into play. Well, he's already in play. He deals each hero X psychic damage and destroys International Waters Hold'em. Or 1 psychic damage. Ayala is going to discard a card and hit it back for 2. Mainstay soaks it. Daedalus soaks it. No more gambling. Gambling is now outlawed. Alright, we're revealing the top 5 cards of the villain deck. That's a Dawn. It's a complete food, so that goes into play. There's also a Dawn. 3, that is not a Dawn, so it goes into play. 4, 5. Okay. Got a complete food, doubt, and food chain. Alright, complete food hits the highest for 2. That's Daedalus, who takes 1 and it heals 1. And also the food chain heals 1. Doubt, whenever this card deals damage to a hero target, this player destroys one of their ongoing equipment cards. End of the villain turn. Card deals hero the player with the most cards and play 2 melee damage. That's always going to be Ayala because all of these cards are in play. So 2 melee damage, she's going to discard a card and hit it back. Need to be irreducible, so just discard a random card, hit it back, and then destroy, I guess, Ayala's memories. Because I can't do the ones under there because they have no keywords. And then, end of the villain turn, search the villain deck and transfer all copies of complete food and put them into play. Well, we have the ability to get the rest of the tokens we need. Inside Scoop, a villain card entered play. Villain card with the highest HP deals this card 1 sonic damage. Play the top card of the villain deck and remove this card from the game. Damn it. That's a Rampage. Each ordeal target deals the hero with the highest HP 1 irreducible melee damage. And all the food is healing this. Each complete food heals 1, and the food chain heals 4. More than each damage was dealt that way, so nothing else happens. And then the complete food hit Mainstay, and both heal 1. Good gravy. Okay. Vanish is going to blink. Draw a card. Play Jaunting Reflex. And power, I'll use her base card, draw power, increase damage dealt by 1. She will do 3 energy damage to the food chain. And then for her power, blindside jump, she will hit doubt for 2, taking it out, getting us a token. And I'm sorry, I did that wrong. I want to hit food chain with that so we can increase damage it takes. And then she uses the extra damage to kill doubt, draw a card. Okay, Daedalus. Play Atlas Gravity Well. Power. I think I'm going to do Hoplite Armor. Discard a card and play Icarus Bombardment. Draw 4 cards, and he'll hit Food Chain for 4, Jericho, and 2 of the complete food for 3. Draw no cards. Mainstay will drop the hammer. 3, 4 melee damage. Let's make that 5. To the food chain, or play a card. Let's do it again. Drop a complete food for a token. Draw a card or play a card. Let's do it again. Drop a complete food for a token. And then power, I think he's going to use his base power. Heal 1. Plays Kick the Tires. Draw a card. Let's destroy the Void Belter. 2 projectile, 2 fire, 3 projectile, 3 fire. That'll take out the other complete food for a token. And if we drop the food chain, that will flip the villain. Destroyed one of his cards this way so I can play a card. How about Preemptive Payback? Draw a card. It's funny that I got that both times I used that power. Alright, Ayala is going to play Eden, AI Limited. At the end of your turn, you may discard a card from your hand or under an equipment card you control. If a card is discarded this way, use a power. Power 1 is play an equipment card. Power 2 is draw 2 cards, put a card in your hand under an equipment card. So that sounds very useful. Power, I want to use Reginae Rosa. I don't really care what I discard from under it. How about this Thumper so she can draw a card? And take out the food chain for our last token. Draw a card. End of turn. That gets a card, that gets a card. I want to discard a card from under a... I got another Thumper. I'll go ahead and discard that for another card draw. And then I can use a power. Let's play Projected Shields. Whenever Ayala would be dealt damage, you may discard any number of cards under this card. Reduce the damage by X, where X is the number of cards discarded this way. And if your turn, you may put the top card of your deck under this card. I certainly will. Alright, Jericho, what you got? Slot machines. Everybody take 2 psychic damage. Each hero target, so that hits Eden 2. Let's discard a card from the turret drones. She hits him back for 2. Oh, you know what? Let's not hit Eden. Instead, let's hit Mainstay first. Preemptive Payback takes him out. How cool is that? Who wants to play the slot machine? You need 3 cards in hand with the same name. Oh shit. Mainstay had that. Vanish almost. So who wants to deal yourself 2 psychic damage? Mainstay can himself for 1. Alright, flip this card. End of the day. Remove all non-character villain cards and play the villain deck and the villain trash from the game. Then put each villain character card under this card into play, shuffle its cards into the villain deck, and follow its setup text. Whenever a character midnight card will be destroyed, flip it instead. When there are no midnight targets in play, your shift is over and the heroes win. You can bring out Helix of the End, the last Helix. It's a villain ordeal, green and midnight. Reveal cards from the top of the deck until a beam card is revealed. Put into play, shuffle the other reveal cards into the deck. We're going to shuffle. We get an overheated center. The first time each turn, each hero target deals Helix of the End damage. Helix of the End deals the source of that damage 2 fire damage. Oh hey, Daedalus can finally make use of his base power. Cards on this card are not considered in play. Whenever a hero, ongoing, or equipment card is destroyed, put under this card. I don't like that. End of the villain turn, this card deals each hero X energy damage, where X is the number of cards under this card. If a hero didn't take damage this way, destroy a hero, ongoing, or equipment card. Well, that's just rude. And it plays a card. Charging Beam. Shuffle the villain trash into the villain deck. Reveal the top card of the villain deck until a beam card is revealed. Put into play. Shuffle the rest back into the villain deck. There will definitely be one. Split Focus. Helix of the End is immune to damage dealt by environment cards. That's probably not a big deal. At the end of the villain turn, play the top card of the environment deck, or Helix of the End deals the 2 hero targets the highest HP 2 energy damage each. Well, that's rude. Okay, we destroy an ongoing or equipment card. Let's destroy Shard Strength. I've been forgetting to have him deal himself damage. He should have like 3 fewer HP. He can use a power. He will use his base power, heal 1. Top card of his deck is Kick the Tires, draw a card. Let's destroy an ongoing card. How about Split Focus? And then that goes under Helix of the End. Fun! Oh wow, that's just going to be eating our cards and getting stronger. Shoot. Watch out for cards that discard themselves. Vanish will blink again. Draw a card. Darn it, if I hadn't played that, she could have done slot machines. Play a card, use a power. Play Elusive, and you Jaunting Reflex to draw 2 cards. She can deal a target 2 energy damage. This hits her back for 2 fire damage. Power 2, she's going to use her base power to draw a card. Increase damage, hit Helix at the End for 3. Draw a card. Oh yeah, and it ate Jaunting Reflex. Heck. Alright, start of turn. Daedalus hits it for 2. It hits him back for 1 fire damage. And he can deal it 1 fire damage. And then draw 3 cards. Oh dear, that's a lot of cards. Alright, we got stuff to do. Fly free. Discard. Put that back in his hand. Power Hoplite Armor. Let us discard a card to play Fly Free. So I can discard a card and play Force Wave Doro, I guess? Draw no cards. Okay, Mainstay will play Void Belter. And whack that thing for 3. It hits him back for 1. Draw a card. Ayala has issues. She will play Magnetic Cannon. Whenever she would deal damage, you may discard a number of cards under this card. Increase the damage by X, where X is the number of cards discarded this way. At the end of your turn, put the top card of your deck under this card. Alright, with her power, I'm going to throw a card under that and draw 2 cards. And then we get a card and we get a card. And discard a card from under an equipment. None of these matter. I'll be 1 out there so that I can use the power on Reginae Rosa. Discard a card from under it. She'll deal a target 4 melee damage. She's getting hit back for 2. Now I want her to get hit. So we're going to discard 1 card from under projected shields, so she takes 1, and she can discard a card from under turret drones and from under the magnetic cannon to hit it back for 3. Card. She's somebody else like Benchmark who needs like 3 play areas to herself. Arms Akimbo comes out. Oh, best art. Worst card. Okay, somebody reveal 3 cards with the same name from your hand. Nobody has this. Vanish is close. I will have Mainstay hit himself for 1. And the arm turn this card deals the hero with the most cards and play 2 melee damage and destroy one of their non-character cards. Well, shoot. That is Ayala, who will reduce it by 1 and discard a card under there and discard a card under that and hit him back for 3 reduced to 2. Destroy one of her non-character cards. It doesn't specify a keyword, so I can destroy one of the ones under one of the other cards. But suddenly she's running out of ammo. Alright, Helix to the End plays Cannibalizing Parts. Destroy 2 hero ongoing or equipment cards. Alright, that card was destroyed, but it didn't have any keywords, so Helix does not eat it. Okay, how about Elusive and Force Wave Doru? Helix to the End regains X HP, where X is the number of cards under it times 2. That is 8. Put all cards under Helix to the End in their respective trash. Oh, okay, so we can get rid of those from time to time. Which means end of turn, it's going to destroy another one of our things. I guess I can give out the Matter Collapser. Okay, she really needs to draw cards. Vanish is going to blink. Draw a card. That's her 3rd Flash Recon. Okay, we've got slots locked down. I'll play Concussive Burst. And power user base power. Draw a card, increase her damage by 1. She can hit that for 3. It hits her back for 2. Power 2, Blindside Jump. Hit it for 2, increase damage dealt to it by 1. Hit it for 3, 4. Draw a card. Alright, Daedalus hits everything for 2. Hits the Helix for 3. Hits Arms for 1. It hits him back for 1. He draws 3 cards. Where's an Icarus when you need it? Then he will fly free. Discard a card. Put that back in my hand. Power. Hoplite Armor. Discard a card. Play Fly Free. Play Force Wave Doru. Draw no cards. Mainstay gets the Shard Strength out again. Yay. He will hit the Helix for 4, 5. It hits him back for nothing. Draw a card. Ayala is going to play a machine gun. Now I'm running out of space to put things. Whenever a card from under this card is discarded, she deals a target 1 projectile damage. At the end of your turn, with the top card of your deck under this card, power is discarding number of cards under this card. Power, I'm going to use her base power. We'll put this Sabo under Regina Rosa. Draw 2 cards. End of turn. Card. I can discard a card. I'll discard from hand and use the power on Regina Rosa. Sabo makes it projectile and irreducible, so she can hit arms for 4. That didn't do what I was hoping it would. Shit. Card, and now she's out of decks, so we don't get a card under the machine gun. Sad face. The Moon Dancer reshuffles and plays blackjack. Cool. Alright, end of the environment turn when player reveals their hand. If that player has 3 cards with the same name in their hand, put the top card of each hero deck into play in turn order, then remove this card from the game. Here we go. Teleport Barrage, another Hoplite Armor, so that goes in the trash. Another Void Belter goes in the trash, and Ayala doesn't have a deck. Well, that could have worked a little better, but at least Vanish didn't hurt herself again. Arms Akimbo hits the most cards in play for 2. Ayala will reduce that to 1. And discard a card from under turret drones and take him out, so she doesn't have to destroy any of her stuff. Blackjack. Who wants to blackjack? Probably mainstay. That's an 11. That's a 22. He hits himself for 1. Alright, Helix plays Where to Reach. Ordeal Green Dusk. Reduce damage dealt to this card by 2. Oh, there's some of those in the main deck. I don't like this card. In the villain turn, reveal cards at the top of the villain deck until a green card is revealed, put into play, shuffle the other villain cards into the villain deck, and if no card enters play this way, destroy a hero, ongoing, or equipment card and shuffle the villain trash into the villain deck. Well, that's just mean. Okay, this is actually going to deal us some damage. Each hero, 1 energy damage. Ayala will discard a card. This becomes projectile and irreducible. Discard a card to increase it by 1. She hits it back for 4, which means it hits her for 2. Mainstay soaks it, Daedalus soaks it. Vanish takes 1. And then we get a green card. Process of Understanding. Reduce damage dealt to this card by 1. And then we'll turn this card deals the hero with the highest HP 0 melee damage 3 times. Each time no damage is dealt this way, destroy a hero, ongoing, or equipment card that increased damage dealt by this card by 1. So it's going to destroy something, and then, oh shoot, it's going to take 2 hits. So the first one deals no damage. Will destroy Force Wave Dorio. Increase damage it deals by 1. The second one deals no damage. Destroy the Durasteel Studded Vest and Mainstay heals 2. Increase this by another 1. Then it hits Daedalus for 1. And that's it. +1 wears off. Okay, Vanish has all the cards. Flickering Strike. Draw 2 cards. I'm going to discard, like, most of her hand. Yeah, all but 2 cards. That's 10 cards. Each time I discard a card this way, she deals a target 2 energy damage, so 20. That was a little bit more than half its remaining HP. Power, Blindside Jump, hit it for 2. Increase damage dealt to it by 1. 3 becomes 4. Energy damage to it, oh yes, and it hit her for 2. Also, I've been forgetting to reduce the damage it deals, so it actually only hit her for 1. Daedalus hits everything for 2. It hits back for nothing. He can't hurt Where to Reach, but he hits Process of Understanding for 1, and he draws 3 cards. Okay, Eureka moment. Let's drop Overheated Center. We're good with that now. And he discards a card. Hoplite Armor, discard a card and play Immortality's Burden. Draw no cards and he heals 2. Mainstay will play a Durasteel Studded Vest after he hits himself for 2. And I think I will use Void Belter. 3, 4, 5. Draw a card. Okay, Ayala can finish this off. All she can do is play Hellfire. She'll deal a target 3 fire damage. Make that 4 to Helix of the End. And then Power, Regina Rosa. Oh, I can destroy an ongoing or environment card. Get rid of Blackjack. She deals a target 4 melee damage, and we win. That was really cool. Can't imagine there were a whole lot of cards we didn't see in her deck, but let's check. Oh yeah, Jaeger. When this card is discarded from under an equipment card, the next time she deals damage, she may deal another target X irreducible damage of the same type that cannot be increased, where X is the amount of damage dealt this way. So basically, it's dual crowbars, except without the dual crowbars cheese. Otherwise, she deals each non-hero target 1 melee damage. Manipulators. When a hero target will be dealt damage, you may discard a card under this card. If you do, redirect that damage to AY414. At the end of your turn, put the top card of your deck under this card. So if you start off with that and get a lot of cards under it, you can use it for dealing lots of damage and soaking lots of damage. Very helpful. Mortar Launcher. Whenever a card is discarded from under this card, she deals a target that wasn't dealt damage this way this turn 2 fire damage. At the end of your turn, put the top card of your deck under this card. Power is discarding number of cards under this card. Walking Armor. At the start of your turn, you may move any number of cards under this card to under another equipment card you control or your hand. At the end of your turn, you may move any number of cards under other equipment cards you control under this card, then put the top card of your deck under this card. So you can theoretically harvest all of your cards and put them back in your hand, or throw them under the manipulators to soak a lot of damage, what have you. And that is it. Ayala is a fun hero. I'm glad we were able to get her in before the end of the year. You can find her on the Pits Vault. You can find the ordeals on both the Pits Vault and Project Moon Sentinels. You can find target dataless on Walker's Workbench, along with Mainstay Cosmic Redemption. And you can find the HMCS Moon Dancer on Case Files. As always, thank you for watching. Thanks for coming to chat. Good to see people on this Friday afternoon. Tabletop Simulator, the Revis is called DLC, The Pits Vault, Project Moon Sentinels, Walker's Workbench, and Case Files are not listed grading against products. Please put the official release and flip. Never mind, the game is not actually over. You know what? Oh well. Zarami didn't say anything, so it's over.